How's it going, YouTube? Primedriverjacob. I'm back at it again. I know I've said it before, where I've disappeared for a while and come back, disappeared, come back. Well, I'll kind of walk you guys go through everything that's been going on with me, but I'm back good for now. I think I've got about 7 videos recorded already, so this will be the first of several to go up. Probably put up 2 tonight. Probably try and do 2 every day. Here's what's been going on with me. When you get out here into this industry, you're gonna find out that things are gonna happen. We're exposed to a lot of stuff that happens out here on the road. You're going to have family problems that you're not going to be able to get home to, or you're going to get home to and that you're not going to want to get it back on the road because of them. So, and you're also going to have some really great things that happen to you out here. So I'm going to kind of walk you back through everything. Apologize now if I get a little emotional. So, alright, everything kind of, my earlier videos when I've disappeared and come back, I was dealing with the aftermath of seeing what happened to one of our prime drivers in Jessup, Maryland last year. So I believe it was Easter last year, which would have been what, 26th or 27th, something, March 26th or 27th, something like that last year. What happened there was, I found out after the fact of all this, was our driver had a case of mistaken identity. Guy came there looking for, pretty much looking for someone, thought it was our driver. Wasn't him, but he ended up shooting our driver, killing him on the spot. Now, I was there, and anyone that knows what the TA in Jessup looks like, I pulled out of my parking spot, went out to the main gate, went over to get my fuel because that was my fuel stop, and when I started getting my fuel, all of a sudden all these police cars and ambulances and everything started flying in there. Thought there was maybe a fire or something. Thought of shooting. So I hurried up, finished up my fuel, got the heck out of there. Well, on my way out, when you have to leave those fuel pumps, you gotta circle back around what I would call the main building where the hotel's at. And I'm gonna put up a clip here. It's never been shown before. It's not gonna be all of it, but kind of proof that I was there. I'm not making this up. Came around the back side of the building, turned the corner. I thought the place maybe had somebody arrested. Unfortunately, it was our driver. He still wasn't covered. Just laying there right there on the road. Or right next to the road. So here's going to be a short clip of what I kind of saw. I'm not going to show anything details of where he was at or any of that. It's just going to be a real short clip of behind the building. You're going to see a police officer off on your left standing out on the highway looking, trying to figure out what's going on. And you'll see an ambulance going to be right around to make that right in that walkway between the parking lot and the steps to the buildings where he was killed. So, be back right after that. Going down at the TA in Jessup. Got 2 squad cars staged over here. I've seen about 6 more pull in over here to the TA. I don't know if we got a shooter or what's going on. Hopefully I can get out of here. It's been haunting me. I will never forget that driver's name. I will never forget what he wore. And I will never be able to forget his face. I've been dealing with that for a while. Probably should have sought some help for it. I encourage you guys, if you guys ever get into a situation like that where you got to deal with the aftermath of fatality, accident, shooting, or whatever, especially your first time dealing with it, seek some help. Talk to some people. I talked to some close friends about everything that's going on. Talked with my dad, who was a police officer for 38 years. He's seen it all, done it all, and probably without him, I probably wouldn't have made it through. So that's why I kind of, at the beginning part, you probably noticed in the past 2 years, or since March, it's 2016, well, I've been kind of on and off of YouTube. I've been dealing with that. So from that point on, also had some bad news about my dad. Knew about it for a couple of years. My dad had been diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer. We knew his time was limited, but hoping for the best. He was on kind of experimental treatment, so he's always been on the back of my mind. Also, at the same time, my grandma was getting worse. So we'll jump forward to probably, I think, let's go to January of this year. So it started in about January. With my wife and my kids, we started looking at a house, getting all that set up, seeing what we can afford, getting all the basics done. So we're kind of get some good news. Got everyone helping us out, encouraging us, getting excited, getting out of an apartment, and actually going to own our own house. In May, I get an email from, first I get a phone call from Prime, and wasn't expecting anything, didn't know what was going on, started talking to them. And this year, 2017, was the first time they were including the TNT trainers along with the PSD instructors to recognize them for the top instructors and trainers of the year. And I was nominated for one of the top trainers of the year. There was 18 of us there for TNT trainers. So out of I don't know how many TNT trainers we have in the company, but I was nominated. I was one of the top 18 TNT trainers of 2016, and that was by the surveys that our students do at the end when they get off our truck. So thank you to all my students who nominated me, gave me great reviews. I appreciate it very much. The banquet was April 12th. Bring my wife, my kids, my mother-in-law came with us. Went to Springfield. And then we got there the 11th, went to the banquet, or I'm not sure on the dates. And then we got there a day early, and we left the day after. Yeah. So the banquet was the 12th. We got there the 11th. We left the 13th. Now, super excited, super honored, kind of a good high going. Getting close, got a pre-approved for our home loan, so we knew how much house we can get approved for. Being honored for the banquet for top trainer. Riding a good high. This is kind of how the trucking industry works. One second you can be on an extreme high, and the next second you're going to be on an extreme low. So the 13th comes, and we are driving back from Springfield, Missouri, heading our way back home in Tennessee. And I got a phone call from a relative that I usually don't get a phone call from unless something's bad's going on. Well, I happened to be driving at the time, so I didn't answer, but I told my wife, grab her phone, probably because her phone's going to be ringing next. And it did. She answered. Got news that my grandma was getting rushed to the emergency room, and they didn't think that she was going to make it. Probably not even within a couple minutes, get a phone call back. She didn't make it. Now, I've had some family problems going on. It's been a while since I've seen my grandma, and yeah. So get back home, Tennessee, try and figure out what's going on. My oldest daughter was finishing up school at the time, so between her finishing up school and doctor's appointments for my wife, I ended up going back up to Illinois by myself. Rented a car, went up there, went to my grandma's wake and funeral. And I was going to spend a couple days with my mom and dad. Well, day of my grandma's funeral, my mom gets a phone call from my dad. Ended up being in hospice, and they call my mom and pretty much tell her that he's unresponsive. He's still breathing, still alive, but completely unresponsive. She debates, but he told her before she went up there that he wanted her there. So we stayed for the wake, we stayed for the funeral. We made it back late that night. Got another phone call from hospice. They don't think his blood pressure extremely dropped. They don't think he's going to make it through the night. So me and her hop in the car, get up there to see him. I'm not going to go too much detail on this, but he was completely unresponsive, but his body was still going through the motions. The 20th, I was still up there with my mom. We were at hospice. And I was there when he took his last breath. So, since April, that's kind of why I've been off YouTube, off on social media for a while. I'm still dealing with it, but I think that getting my story out there maybe helps some people that are kind of going through the same thing. Talk to people, get some help. Don't just bottle in. If you bottle in, you're going to be a wreck. And then out here doing what we got to do in our job, you don't want to be depressed, extremely upset behind the wheel. You're going to either kill yourself or you're going to kill someone else behind the wheel. Seek some help. Asking for help is not a sign for weakness. It actually takes a freaking big cojones to ask for some help. So go through all that. Go through my dad's memorial and his wake. He ended up being cremated, but where he was at in hospice was up in Cook County. It took, I think, 2 weeks to get him cremated. So during that time frame, I had to get back home. I had to get back on the road. We literally burned through all my emergency cash, all our reserves, everything. And don't forget, on top of this, we're going through buying a house. I had to get back on the road. Found the house we liked. Made an offer. Offer was accepted. Did our inspection. Our inspection was... Our home inspection guy was awesome. I mean, he went through that house with a fine-tooth comb. He even was writing down stuff like missing door stops. You know, the doing thing. Yeah. So we knew everything that was wrong with the house and had to get fixed, and it was all just a little stuff. The house was only 4 years old. Move-in ready. Good to go. We have closing. I'm actually proud to say that I am a homeowner now. Been working really hard for that. So, and then from there, I also gotta say, during that time frame, one of my friends came back to Prime, and I'm not going to go into his full story, but he needs some help getting back on his feet. So I offered a team. He was a company driver on my lease truck. I was paying him to drive it for me. So during all that time frame in April that I was off the truck, he was actually out running the truck for me, which was a huge benefit because I didn't have to look at all that expense. I don't know if I'd still be able to be at Prime if he wasn't on the truck for me. So I owe him a debt of gratitude. Biggest thing I gotta tell you guys, if you got family problems going on, family members are sick, talk to them every day. You don't want to regret not making that one phone call and it was the last day you could have talked to them. Also keep your fleet manager in the loop on what's going on. They have hearts. They will get you home. So, but right now, as I said, I'm building myself back up. Happy to be a homeowner. My oldest girl just started kindergarten. Got a lot of stuff I'm looking forward to. A lot of stuff I want to do, especially with YouTube and even trucking. I might even be looking at buying a truck here. My lease is up on this truck in May, so that's kind of, I'll be at Prime guaranteed at least till May. I don't know from there. Might go somewhere else. I might buy a truck at Prime. Don't know yet. I'll keep you guys in the loop on what's going on with that. Right now I'm running solo. I might go back to training, might not. Don't know yet. As I said, I need to work on myself a little bit before I try and bring someone else on and teach them the ropes of what they got to do out here on the road. So please bear in mind with that. But I am getting back to answering emails, Facebook messages, and everything else like that. For everyone that kind of past several months have been messaging me and I haven't getting back to, please bear in mind that I wasn't doing it purposely. I just needed to step away from everything and work on myself. So remember that trucking industry is a wicked beast. You're gonna have good, you're gonna have bad, and you're gonna have ugly out here. You need help, ask for help. Biggest thing that I say. So hope you guys appreciate this video. Maybe it helps you guys hope understand where I've been, why I haven't been really active on YouTube or anything for a while. Any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to reach out to me at Facebook at primedriverjacob or at my email at primedriverjacob@gmail.com. Alright, you guys all stay safe, and be talking with you all soon.